Today's video is packed with tons of Dollar Tree hacks that I know you're going to love. They're easy, they're quick, and I know that you can do them, so let's get to it. Headed to Dollar Tree on this beautiful spring sunny day. We are in search for some gorgeous items that are out for the summer season, and I found these burlap rolls. They have beautiful designs. I had never seen them before, and I grabbed every style that I can find. I'm also going to take this fish tail wreath form. It has a darker tone, so we're going to lighten it up using some Waverly chalk paint in the agave color. And I'm just going to start dabbing it, and I'm going to do 2 coats and then let that fully dry. Because I don't know if this is going to be outdoors or indoors, I do want to seal everything using a top coat, and I'm just going to use this semi-gloss clear spray by Rust-Oleum. I'm just going to give it a quick coat and of course let that dry. Now it has a beautiful summer look. We're going to take this burlap roll that has a beautiful scale style design and the color matches perfectly. I'm going to open it up and I'm just going to set it to the center, and I'm just going to cut off some of the excess on the sides, and then we're going to start applying it on the inside of the wreath form. At first I thought I would just start hot gluing it, but I'm going to show you how that didn't quite work very well. I just started adding hot glue, moving quickly so that it didn't dry on me, and then just start applying it and pressing it down. I quickly realized that it was sticking, but not permanently. And I want this to have a permanent look. So I'm going to take some of this flexible wire. I'm just going to cut about 2-inch pieces, fold it in half, and then I'm just going to start threading them and then tying them on the back. I'm not going to lie, this took a little longer than what I was planning, but in the end, it was so worth it. And this is what it's looking so far, and I am loving it. I added some of those ties everywhere where I thought it would need it for a snug, tight fit. I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to start snipping all those little X's, little pokey parts from the wire. If I was to planning on sell this item, I am going to cover the back with one more layer of fabric to cover all the parts that have the wire exposed. But because I'm going to keep this one for myself, I am going to leave them exposed. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut off the excess burlap, leaving about maybe 1/8 of an inch on the outside of the wreath form. There were some areas where there still needed a little tie, so I'm just going to add those as needed to make sure that I have a snug fit. Now I'm going to add some florals. These are all from Dollar Tree, beautifully designed. I'm just going to tie them in a bundle using some jute rope, secure it in place with some hot glue, and then we're going to place it in the center on the back of the wreath form. Now, I didn't know how to quite exactly attach it, so I just decided to go back to my ties with the flexible wire. I'm going to slide them in through a part where the wire wreath is, and then just tie them in the back, and I'm going to do one on the top and the bottom of the bundle to secure it in place. Then I'm just going to make sure that the branches and the flowers are where I need them, and then just manipulate them where I want. I'm going to add hot glue to the rim portion of the top, and then I'm just going to add some of this moss from Dollar Tree to add all those branches. After I had the florals where I wanted them, I'm going to take one of these little white anchors that I got at Dollar Tree. Aren't they gorgeous? Wow. All right, so I'm going to remove the jute string. I'm going to place it on the upper left-hand corner, and I'm going to take some white jute string and a knitting needle, and I'm just going to thread it through the top, making sure that it attaches to one of the wires from the wreath form. Flip it over, and I'm just going to tightly snug it. This is just going to allow it to not really look like much in the front because it matches the color. Okay, so isn't this beautiful? I love this wreath. It has such summer vibes, so inexpensive. For the next Dollar Tree hack, I am going to take this striped burlap roll, and I'm going to take this roll that is the inside of I think it was just one of those, like, I don't know, maybe gift wraps. I just kept it because it was actually very sturdy. I'm going to place it right in the center and just kind of start wrapping up the burlap roll. I'm going to kind of mark where I need to cut, and then I'm going to use a serrated knife to make the cut perfectly. All right, now I'm going to take some aluminum foil and I am going to make like a little hook, like a curved portion, because we are creating a little umbrella wreath. And I need to have the umbrella shape of the umbrella. So I'm going to take some of that aluminum foil, snug it in place with some masking tape, and then just keep adding foil until I have the shape that I want. I am then going to wrap the whole thing with some masking tape from Dollar Tree for more security. And then I'm going to wrap everything up with some nautical rope from Dollar Tree, securing it in place with some hot glue. All right, so here we go. We got that portion all done. I'm going to place it right back in the center, wrap it up, and then I'm just going to tie it in the center with some jute string. We're going to add something here in just a little bit, but for now, some jute string will be fine. I'm not too concerned with it being too tight because we are going to add some florals. These are a combination of Dollar Tree and Walmart florals, and I'm just going to hot glue picks here and there until I like what I see. And I also wanted to add some color, so I added some pink flowers from Dollar Tree. So we're just about done with the floral arrangement, and I am loving what I'm seeing. Now I wanted to add something in the center. Now I made this bead garland a while back, and I am going to remove the floral portion and several of the beads on each side. This is going to give me some wiggle room because we're going to wrap it around the center. So I'm just going to tie the ends to the last bead, and then I'm going to have a nice open space in the center. I'm just going to thread it between each other and just tie it in a simple knot, nothing major, and then that's it. But I did add a little pink flower right in the center to hide the string, and look how cute this looks. It's one of my favorites from today, if not my favorite. Let me know what you think of this one. For the next Dollar Tree hack, I am going to take these two welcome signs from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to remove the galvanized word from it. It did have a little rough finish, so I'm just going to sand it down smooth and wipe it well. The two burlap rolls that I am going to use for this project is one that is natural color and one that has a bee design. For this one, I realized that it was way too see-through, so I just got to lighten up the surface with one coat of Waverly chalk paint in the white, and I did both of them, and then that way it's just going to have a nice blank space underneath, just like that. I am going to spray it with some Gorilla adhesive spray, and then we're going to attach the burlap right on top, flattening it out as best as we can, and then we're going to flip it over and cut off the excess burlap using my rotary cutter. My friends, if you hear me say that I get something on Amazon, chances are it is in my Amazon store, and I always have it linked down below in the description box. So when you are done watching, make sure you go check it out. It is linked below. All right, so I did the same thing with the other one and the bee design. And then I'm just going to paint the natural burlap design in with some yellow paint. Nothing major, whatever yellow paint works well. I thought this one complements the bees very nicely. I'm going to use this reusable stencil, and I'm just going to stencil it using Waverly chalk paint and the ink. This one is from Essential Stencil. I love their stencils because they are very high quality and you can reuse them over and over again. Isn't that pretty? All right, I'm going to make a very small little swag knot. You can leave it like this, but I always like to add a little bit of greenery just to add some character. So I'm going to wrap it around with some nautical rope, secure it in place with some hot glue, and just hot glue it to the top of that one. Aren't these beautiful? I love the color. I love how vibrant they are. Such a fun summer craft. For the next Dollar Tree hack, I'm going to take these two love signs from Dollar Tree, remove the little wreath form that it has on it, and I am going to scrape off some of the leftover hot glue and leaves, and then I'm also going to sand it down smooth and wipe it really well. I'm also going to be removing the jute string because we're not going to need those. I'm going to attach these two boards using some popsicle sticks you can get at the craft store and even Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue 4 of them on the back to secure it in place. I'm going to lighten up the surface again with some white chalk paint, so make sure that you do not see it through the burlap roll that we're going to be using. The one we're going to be using for this one is a beautiful striped one, kind of similar to the umbrella one, but this one has blue and greens, great for a summer look. I'm going to again spray adhesive the surface and attach the burlap right on top, removing any wrinkles that it may have, and then I'm just going to flip it over and cut off the excess with my rotary cutter. By now, I'm sure you know that I have a blog which I post my videos in a written format. So if you love reading blogs about crafting, I have the blog for you. Check it out. It is also in the description box. All right, I'm going to use another one of the reusable stencil. This one's not from Essential Stencil. I did get this one. I believe it was from Amazon. All right, I'm going to stencil it using some white chalk paint and a stenciling brush from Essential Stencil. And I did leave a little extra room where the O will be because we're going to replace the O with this beautiful sand dollar from Dollar Tree. They come 3 in a pack. They are gorgeous. They're great for crafting or even just leaving them as is and adding them to your summer decor. I'm going to hot glue one right there in the between the letters. Then we're going to trim all of the sign using some white nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and we're just going to hot glue it in place. Once we had that done, I did use my wire clippers to cut it. It was so much easier to do and secure it with hot glue. I'm going to add more nautical rope to the back, cut it, and that way we have something to hang it from, and added some masking tape just to make sure that those ends are not going to fray on me. But look how pretty this looks. This will be great in any beach home, vacation home, or your own home if you have a beach summer decor. Absolutely stunning. But I'd love to know which one is your favorite. I think for me it's still the umbrella, although I love them all. So let me know in the comments, and I have another video here for you to watch. Make sure you click on it. Have fun watching, and I'll see you later, and have a blessed day. Bye!